Okay, we have two young ladies here to help us cut the ribbon today, and you guys may be just a little bit jealous because they both, Chelsea and Sophia, are right up here in front. They have both already had the chance to do a test run on the Playscape. So Chelsea and her mom, Nicole, they really were the inspiration for this all-inclusive playground. A few years ago, Rodney was telling me that they were about to go to City Council to get some, to ask for some funds to do some repairs on our old Playscape. If everybody remembers, it was a wooden structure. It was old, and so many kids had played on it. Just the upkeep was tremendous. So Chelsea's mom contacted us because Chelsea wanted to be able to play on the playground with her siblings and the other kids. But it was impossible with the old structure. If you had any physical disabilities, maybe you used a walker or you were in a wheelchair, it was impossible for you to use the Playscape. It wasn't accessible, and you know what? That's just not okay. That's not acceptable. So the wheels started turning and a plan was hatched. A new Playscape that made swings, merry-go-rounds, and zip lines a reality for all kids, regardless of their ability. And that's why we're here today. But back to Chelsea and her new friend Sophia. So a few details. Sophia is 11-year-old at Crockett Elementary, and her dad, Dan Robertson, he's our man behind the camera here up front, and he has memorialized the Playscape construction from the time when we tore down the old structure to the new structure going up. And we're going to have some awesome video for us to use for years to come. So Sophia's let us know after her test run on the Playscape that she really liked the old Playscape, but she's very excited about the new one. She appreciates the upgraded materials, she likes the different themes, and she enjoys the new obstacles. And you guys may want to check out the misters on a day like this. There's 3 different stations in there, so those are going to be fun. And then Chelsea, she wrote us a thank you note following her test run of the Playscape. And here's what she said, and I think this one pretty much sums up why we're here today. Thank you very much for making the most awesome park in the whole wide world. Now I can play with other kids and not just watch everyone like I have to do at school. This park lets all kids be the same and play together. My favorite part is the zip line. It makes me feel like I'm on a roller coaster, and it goes super fast. So, yay. So I thank Chelsea and Sophia for helping the mayor today and helping us open this park. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Rodney Cobb and let him say a few thank yous.
Thank you very much, Christy. First off, good morning, and I'm glad to see everybody here. This has been a labor of love for a while, and I get the privilege of recognizing a few folks that were really integral in this process. You know, I'd be remiss not to mention the 2 people that are probably the most important in all of this. It's the guys who designed it, the guys who built it, the guys who put it here. And that would be Tommy Harper with TF Harper, and I know he's behind me. Tommy, raise your hand. His company, along with Mark Leathers. Mark Leathers designed it, and for you folks who have been here a little while, Mark Leathers happens to be the son of Robert Leathers, who was the design architect of the original Playscape. So we kept it in the family. So he brought a lot of the old features that everybody liked into the new facility. So I want to thank him very much for this, and I think all of you will too once you get on it and see what is there to be offered. So give him a round of applause, even though he's still in Florida. I would be remiss not to thank the city manager and the city manager's office. They're the ones who allowed us to put this together. Bert, there you go. Bert Labreras, he is our city manager, and Stephanie is there with him, and they have been supportive of us the whole time. They didn't give us much of a challenge. They said bring it in under budget and bring it in before the school year is over, and you've got about 3 months to do it. So, hey, it was just a little challenge, but with a lot of hard work, it got accomplished, and so we're real happy for that. Obviously, this event itself could not go on without a lot of work from folks from my staff, community services. I am so proud of those folks. there's when I start naming people, I'm going to forget folks and I'll get in trouble. But there's some that really have to be recognized, and that's Drew Wells, who's over Parks and Rec. Drew and Bert Strataman. Those guys picked this project up from the day that we talked about it and got approval and the funding got in place to where we're at today. So those guys did a tremendous job and stayed on top of it. There's three people that I have to thank, and it's the ones who put this event together. And without those three, it just would not have happened. You heard from one of them, Christy Stark. She does a great job for the city. The other two are my staff. We have Christy and Jennifer. Raise your hands. They're the ones who did all the work behind the scenes to put this together, come up with the cool T-shirts, and so it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun putting this thing together. I know that you're hearing stuff from us. You're hearing stuff from Christy, and in a second you're going to hear from the man who leads the city and provides us the opportunity to do this work every day. It's a thankless task that the mayor and the city council have. It's a difficult job to do, but they've done a wonderful job, and they championed this and gave us the opportunity to put this together. So I'm going to introduce him in just a second. But I really want you to understand, this is not about me. This is not about the girls. It's no offense, Councilor and Mayor, it's not about you. It's about all the kids that are here right now and the kids who are going to use this playground in the future. Give yourselves a hand. So with that said, I know how hot it's getting. You want me to introduce him or you want to? It is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you the mayor of our great city, John Tomatis.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I think we have some kids with us this morning, right? Are you? Let me ask the kids before I get started. Are y'all ready to get in there and play? Yeah! All right. Well, just one more short speech from some old people, and we'll let you have fun in just a minute or two. So I appreciate your patience, and I just want to thank Rodney and for that wonderful introduction, but most importantly for the huge effort that he talked about with his team that they had to put forth to make this dream a reality. And Rodney, you're right when you say that today isn't about those of us that are tall enough to ride a roller coaster. It's about all the special kids who now have this one-of-a-kind and all-inclusive playground to enjoy in our community. So today's dedication ceremony represents a wonderful collaboration between our community, our city leadership, and our designer of the park, Leathers and Associates, who over the past 25 years came out to this very same spot and helped our residents create the wooden structure Playscape that we all remember and love so much. And I want to just say, if you look just over your shoulder here to this mural that we have painted, this was the very first public mural that the city painted with our mural program. And I want to recognize the artist. She's in Maple Syrup. Mabel is in the audience today. And if you're a little homesick or a little nostalgic about the old Playscape, if you just look around the corner on this side, you'll see a depiction of the old Playscape. So we've memorialized that in this beautiful mural, and I hope you enjoy it and all the other murals that we're doing. So our treasured wooden Playscape lived 5 years past its 20-year expected lifespan, but its age was showing. Plenty of splinters, rotted wood, expensive upkeep, and it warranted the building of this new park. So the city staff started planning years ago, about 7 years ago, to use capital improvement funding, and then contacted Mark Leathers, who's the son of the original designer. And he provided a design that maintains that magical feel of the original playground while upgrading it to be inclusive of all children, regardless of ability. So I would like to recognize, as I think was before, T.F. Harper and Associates, the construction contractor, for their efforts in building this wonderful community asset. But with all this new all abilities Playscape, we as a city hope to showcase the type of community that we strive to be. An inclusive place that values equality and people from all walks of life. Regardless of your ability, you are accepted and welcome. Thank you. And from our youngest residents to our wisest caregivers, having an accessible playground is a joy we can all share. Because here, fun has no limits. And here, disabled does not mean less able. So studies show that all-inclusive playgrounds improve creative problem-solving skills, increase motor skills, foster social awareness, and encourage children to become better adults and more productive citizens. And with more than 10% of students in the Santa Marcos School District having some type of disability, we are now able to reach more children at this park than ever before. And our new structure is sustainable and will last well beyond the 25 years that this magical playscape is constructed. Get this, of 112,000 pounds of plastic lumber made from 900,000 milk jugs. So think about that the next time you are separating your recyclables from your landfill waste, and keep filling up your recycling cart. And as you walk through, you'll see the artistic painting that has been done by our community volunteers, including me, to truly make this place special and unique to San Marcos. So, with this in mind, we as a city could not be more proud of what has been accomplished with this structure. All children, regardless of ability, deserve a safe and imaginative and accessible place to play. I will just share one quick quote with you from Dr. Charles Schaefer, who is considered by many to be the father of play therapy. I love that, play therapy. I need more of that. Dr. Schrader said, "We are never more fully alive, never more completely ourselves, or more deeply engrossed in anything than when we are playing." And so, we're definitely playing today. Kids, one more minute. So, before our guests of honor take their turn on the Liberty Swing, the Omni Spinner, the Team Swing, or the Zip Krooze, I want to thank all those who embraced and supported this project from concept to completion. Our Parks and Rec staff, led by Rodney Cobb, and also the crews who made the park ready for today's event. Give them a round of applause. Our Parks and Advisory Board members, if you're here, please raise your hand. I know you work very hard. Let's give them a round of applause. My City Council colleagues who supported the $1.3 million in improvements for this project, and especially Melissa Derrick, who has been a tireless advocate for this playscape. Let's give them and Melissa a round of applause. We mentioned our city manager, Bert Lumbreras, and his executive team and all the city staff that worked on this event. But I want to make sure that we mention the individuals, the families, the organizations who bought tickets or provided additional donations of time and money. And I want to recognize particularly the family of former Mayor Billy Moore for their generous, very generous patronage. And finally, a special thanks to you, the community, from our original group of residents like Kathy Dillon and all her team. I hope Kathy and anybody, is there anybody here who worked on the original playscape with us today? Oh, wonderful. So it's because of you that we have this beautiful new facility, and we thank you for all that work 25 years ago. And to anybody who participated in any of the focus groups, both past and present, your support has been invaluable. So, before Chelsea and Sophia help cut the ribbon and get the place underway, I want to make everyone ask you to look over your shoulder and look up at Danny the drone over there. And as I count down, we're going to give the drone a what we're going to do is I'm going to count down, and we're going to give a shout out, and the shout out is we love the Playscape, okay? So I want to hear everybody here on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We love the Playscape! Woo! All right, so thank you all for attending today. We're going to move off the stage, cut the ribbon, and then kids, it's all yours. Thank you.